Okay. So this is going to be kind of a video where I go through and show you what the run looks like by request from the ESA team. So when you start out, I play this without a memory card because you're supposed to start out with a fresh character each time, and the character that you always use for freestyle runs is Mac, because he has the best Uber trick setup. The second best would be Kaori, but Mac's just like so much better than everyone else, just because he has the right Uber tricks that are required to do the best monster tricks. And so that's why we choose him. And so the run starts right after you choose your character, basically. And it ends right after you cross the finish line in the final mission. And so after you click, first thing you do is just transport to the first mission, which is the peak 1 slope style. I should probably lower this a bit for the stream or for the video. Let's see here. Yes, like so. And so each peak is made out of, I'm gonna remove the, like that. So there's no music or DJ. And so each peak consists of 3 main events. It's the slopestyle event, the big air event, and the super pipe event. And so the slopestyle events are the most exciting ones. And the goal is to basically go through these, go through each event as fast as possible, while still getting a gold medal. And each event is a minimum of 2 rounds, and a maximum of 3, or well, if you fail, you always have the option to restart. But in order to advance to the final round, all you need to do is get a higher score than the 3rd place. Okay, well, all the other NPCs are gonna go through 2 rounds, and based on what the 3rd scoring NPC gets on the first round, he'll get that, like a similar score next round too. So if he gets 50k, he's gonna get about 100k points next, like in total. So if you get more than 100k, like in this mission, I have right now 132k. So I can just like cross the finish line with this mission and advance to the 3rd round. So you just need to beat the 3rd highest scoring person in order to advance to the final round. But in the final round you will need to score highest in order to advance, or in order to get a gold medal. And so I'm gonna try to show you exactly how these look. The slope styles are the ones that are the trickiest. That was stupid. Just because, well, they are like kind of a course, you know. Big air is just like 2 or 3 big jumps, and the super pipe is just like a long big pipe cut in half that you just jump in between. So those 2 are not as exciting as the slope style is. And try to show you, just finish this. The way it's supposed to be done. And the way to get like a lot of points, especially in later missions, is by, well, in every in every event you will need to keep your combo for the most part, or well, because the combo stacks up the more tricks you do, and yeah, keeping it ensures you get the score, like a high score as possible. like, and later in some events, monster trick factor in as well. Most of the events actually, which are tricks that you do in a special way, and they give you a lot of points, basically. So they give you the monster trick score, like the monster trick points. I'll show you one right now. So that was a monster trick, and just doing that trick alone is worth 20,000 points. So that's 20,000 plus the points you get while doing the trick. So this is gonna be a pretty good time. Usually you want your time, like you want to cross the finish line at around 1:45 in this mission, like when there's 45 seconds left. Right, in this mission. As you see now, I advanced directly to the final round, so I'm gonna play through this as well, so that we can later skip to the later levels. There are also these multipliers, and the multipliers they stack with monster tricks, which is not really, you're not gonna see it in this stage or in this event, just because of how it's panned out. But in later events you will. In the slopestyle on Peak 2, it's crucial. This game has some randomness to it, like you just saw right there, where I just kind of bumped into the, I guess the edge of the edge of the rail, and it just like bonked me off it or something like that. Lost my combo and everything. So this isn't actually that good for the sake of the run, or the sake of this video. Might have to do it again. I'm recording this in one go, so you'll have to bear with me if it doesn't look too good. We can only skip through the parts. I'm pretty much done with this right now. So most of these events look the same. It's mostly the slope styles that are different from like between rounds. Since the third and first place scores differentiate quite a lot. So this isn't gonna be too fast, just because I failed quite a bit. But since you need to beat all events, well, you need to beat one peak goal in order to advance to the other peaks. I'm gonna have to show it as well. So when you're done with peak 1 freestyle, you transport to the peak 2, peak 1 big air. And the big air is basically just big, like what it sounds like. It's large jumps that, well, and you're in the air for a long time, basically. And this looks exactly the same in between rounds. There's no difference between round 1 and 2, as is with most big airs, or well, with almost with all big airs. And you just want to go through these as fast as possible. So, like, I guess you could say that each event is pretty much real-time attack on the freestyle missions. Something like that, you know, just going through each as fast as possible while still getting gold. And this is because, well, there's no clear 10% gold for this, and I don't think there'd be much different, like at least not in a freestyle run. It wouldn't be a lot different if you did it with fully upgraded stats or a fresh one. At least in the like main events. So after you finish the Peak 1 Big Air, you go to the Peak 1 Super Jam, and these events, the event order is always the same. It's the slopestyle first, then Big Air, then Super Pipe, then Backcountry Jam, and then the Peak Jam. And so Super Pipe, as you can see, in order to, if you listen to what I say, in order to beat this mission, I'll only have to like get about 100k points, which thanks to monster tricks can be achieved very easily, like so. See, I already have it. I even beat number 2. But this is going to be enough for me to advance to the second round, or like to the final round. Before I knew how to do monster tricks, I just would each event, like pretty much each event was a lot longer and a lot more risky, a lot more volatile to failure, especially in the later stages of the game. You can also fail, if I fail monster tricks, that's quite a big deal actually. But see, and now I have enough points. Usually that should only take 2 SS Executioner or Executioner tricks. That's the best monster trick that gives you 30,000 points on top of the points you get for doing the trick, or like while doing the trick. And so after you finish each Super Pipe, you move on to the Peak 1 or Backcountry Jam, which is a race against a rival, or well, in the freestyle case, it's like a trick contest against a rival. That, like all these, you try to go through as fast as possible. But this Peak 1 is really easy. So basically it's about just getting, you don't need like barely any points for this, so basically it's about getting Super Uber, which is infinite boost for a short period of time, as fast as possible, while still getting enough points for the tricks. And so that I have been routing. And there's probably more like they can be done, but I'm at a pretty good stage with pretty much all events right now, except for maybe like the last ones. And so I already have enough points in order to win meets. So if there were an end event bottom, I could do that now and still win, or like that kind of function. And I don't get infinite boost just yet. To get infinite boost you have to do 9 Uber tricks, and you can see Uber tricks are done by pressing one of the grab buttons and then pressing B, at least for the GameCube. And for the reason I'm not doing it right now is because I'm saving it so that it will last throughout the level. I'm gonna do it here, because what's coming up is what they call a wormhole glitch. And I'll try to get it. If I don't get it this time, I'll jump into freeride and show you. Okay. But basically, what these wormholes are, you go kind of out of bounds, or will go out of bounds, and then you keep yourself out of bounds by spinning like that. This time it didn't work for some reason. It's kind of random at some times. So that lost me some time. But because of the way I planned out with the Uber tricks, I still have super Uber until like throughout the level.
Hello, sponsors!
Down there is the finish line, so.
So who's the man?
And after you do, or well, you complete the. After you complete the backcountry jams, the final like boss or event is the peak 1 jam or the peak jam. As you can see, it covers this area, the backcountry jam, and the slopestyle area over here. So well, what you do is you go through the backcountry and then down the whole slopestyle course once again. And I plan out here too how I do with the Uber tricks. Basically it's just the same. The way I get there, get down this part is just the same as in the backcountry only.
Oh yeah, ripping it up!
But you have to, like when you finish this backcountry, you don't immediately go to the start of the slopestyle event stage, but there's like an intersection between. And so the reason that I'm not getting Uber as fast as possible is so that I can have Uber and the infinite boost, or super Uber and the infinite boost throughout that intersection, which makes it much easier, like, and much faster, because there aren't any, basically there's no like tricks or like jumps that you can do tricks of in the intersection as there is here. So you can easily keep your boost, or you can easily keep your Uber at a good level while in the backcountry and in the slopestyle, but not in the intersection between the two. Unless you fall, that is.
Like a runaway train!
And this one is really easy too. All these missions are very easy to complete. But it's just a question about doing them faster, and now I actually messed up by getting super Uber. I guess I'll show you. I can show you just how much slower it can be without it. So I'm gonna skip the wormhole here. I usually don't, because well, it saves time. Not too much in this level. There's a big one in later in the last mission that is saves more than 2 minutes if you get it, or well around 2 minutes. But this one only saves like 5. And so yeah, not right now my Uber's gonna end because I'm nearing the end of this place.
That was insane, boys!
And so when you don't have super Uber and infinite boost, you're gonna have to, in order to maintain your levels, the way I do it is I try to get on each like rail as possible, as many rails as possible. But other than that, I like, well, on a skateboard it will be manualing, but this time it's just tail pressing. Tail pressing, like spin back and forth like this, which is called the butter. So I just keep buttering in order to keep my buttering and boosting at the same time, in order to keep my boost level at a good level high, so that it doesn't run out. So this is still pretty good, but since I have to keep buttering like this in order to maintain boost, it's going slower than it would normally, because tail pressing is slower compared to just regular riding. And if I have to yeah, spin as well, you know. But as you can see now, I'm in the slopestyle element, and I'm just gonna have to ride this through down to the bottom. I already have like more than double the points that I need. This is a really easy event. It's just a question about doing it fast. The world record right now is held by me, and it's at 1 hour, 13 minutes, 19 seconds, and 92 hundredths. That can be improved because it can be improved by several minutes because I failed a lot during peak 2 and some during peak 3 as well. But I did get the big skip, the big wormhole skip that saves over 2 minutes. So if I ever want to get another world record, I'd have to get that every single time. So, which shouldn't really be a problem. It's not that difficult to get compared to some of the others. There are a lot of them that exist, but they're mostly in a racetrack or in backcountry, and you don't have much use for them, except for in the later mission, but the last mission. But in that mission, you also have to get 1,000,000 points. And for the sake of time and such, I'm not gonna do the final mission, but I will show you that skip. And after you finish free ride, you can see the freestyle box is checked, everything here is completed. You can move on to peak 2. But I said that I would show the wormhole, so I'm gonna do it. Free session, I think it's here. No, it's the next one. It's here, yeah. So it's just down here. Hopefully I can get this time, so I don't have to do it several more times. Okay. Okay, and so after 12 spins you just wait and it pops you back in the bounds, and now you're down right at the bottom of the, or well, you're just before the intersection starts. So that saves about 5 or so seconds. And if we move on to this peak right now, these are all the same basically. So I guess I'll just take you through each to give you a general idea, or at least a slope style, because the big air and the super pipe is still just the same. Yeah, I'll take you through this one just to show you how powerful monster tricks really are. So, what I did before I couldn't do monster tricks, I would try to score as much points of this multiplier as possible, like this. Getting what, 20, yeah, so that's 20,000 points. I'm already, this is enough to advance through the second round, or the final round. but it does take more time instead of if I were just boost through everything like this. And yeah, so you just go through each of these tracks as fast as possible when you can. And so the big thing that gives you points here is this following jump. As you can see, there's a 10x multiplier up here, and so if you do a monster trick, that's 28k times 10, so that's basically 300k points almost. And yeah, that is how you do a lot of these. And now I finish at a good time as well. So that is pretty much perfect. That is pretty much a perfect run, besides me having to jump higher than I usually would. So I'll show you how I do it nowadays, or yeah, nowadays. If you can get up on that rail, that's good, because going on rails is faster than just going on snow. So normally I just kind of jump over this because it's faster, instead of just jumping to get the multiplier. And so keeping your combo here is very important, since it adds up over time a lot. Also, getting over this cliff is very important, otherwise you'll have to go around it, and that takes a lot of time compared to just jumping straight over it. So
Stay in school, kid.
all of these slopes element are pretty much figured out completely by me or by someone else. At least the racetracks are. Like the racetracks and the backcountries are, they've been like, this game used to be very competitive, so they were figured out a long time ago. But as you can see, thanks to that monster trick and that multiplier, I now have enough points, you know, so that I can win. And despite falling there, it's still a very good time. That's first place. So I'm gonna show you the big, or well, I'm gonna try to show you the big wormhole skip in this. It saves about 2 minutes. This one can be pretty difficult to get. So it might take me a few tries to get it right now, since I've been focusing on playing my other game, or practicing my other game. But the way you do it is like this, hopefully. Okay, well, let's try that again. You saw that I got out, so I just had to stay out after that. And so you keep spinning like this, 180 degrees for 45 times, or you spin like this 45 times. So that's 20. Normally when you do this though, you have upgraded sets, because after you finish peak 2, you upgrade stats in order to make the other events easier and the last events go faster. Easier and faster basically, because you upgrade speed and tricks, so. Still not fully upgraded, and not everything upgraded, but it's a bit. And 43, 44, and 45, and then you just wait. And you're at the bottom of the track. And right behind this jump is the finish line. And so now we jumped from up here down to there. So this is where we originally started out. And so that's just skips going through an entire mission, going forward and back and so on. And yeah, that saves a lot. So if I can't get that in a run, that is pretty much over for it, since I got it in the first one. I'll go through these two. I'll go through the peak 2 too. I'll go through peak 2 as well, so that you can see how I upgrade the stats and what difference it makes. So for this one I need more than 70k, which I can easily get. Yay! Like that. And so with the combo as well, I now have well beyond 70k. And I advance to the final round. But now in the final round I will need more than I will need about 115k. So I'm gonna have to do another jump here. Again, possible using monster tricks. If you can get the black diamond, like so, that is of course a big bonus since it's 10k extra points. Okay, I missed the monster trick there.
Yeah, my funky flavor.
And so that's not enough. I'm gonna do that again, since I missed the monster trick. But these events, you should always aim to get every event in 2 rounds. Having to do 3 rounds for one, that is really bad. And it just costs a lot of time. You can see, that's how I do it. And that was because of the monster trick. And now the super pipe. Super pipe is just the same as every super pipe is basically. Okay. Yeah, you can see for this one, the first place is pretty much double what second or what third place is, and so there's really no difference in between like these rounds as there is in the first one. I just keep doing monster tricks like this. I say and I fail. No, but I just keep doing the same monster trick. I failed it again, I think. Yeah, I failed. But the reason I'm able to do the same monster trick over and over without losing points . Okay, well, that is more than enough points. I should have crossed the finish line a long time ago. But I was trying to show how I can keep doing the same monster tricks over and over. Might show in this run.
Check me out, girl!
I'm a little unused to playing this since I've been focusing on my other game for the marathon. See, okay, well there I got it. And the reason I am able to do these again and again without losing points each time. Okay, we're not falling down. But normally, when you do a trick like twice, it's cut in half the points you get. It's cut in half the second time. But you can go around this with monster tricks, and with any trick really, by doing another trick right after. Or well, I'm not gonna restart. Right after it says like monster tricks and the sound is played. I just need to get. And of course, failing like I just did is very bad in a run. We'll see. Now I'll show it with the other monster trick. So that's a monster trick. And as you can see, I did. Okay, well I failed it. But basically what I did there, after I did the monster trick, is I just spun another 180 degrees. Which basically resets or not resets, but it lets you do another, like, in succession. And this becomes a lot more apparent later. And in this bank counter here, there's no wormhole in this bank counter. So it's basically just going through all of it without failing and getting, in this case it's getting Super Uber as fast as possible. So, because there's no wormhole, you don't have to like adjust to that. So in this you just get it as fast as possible. But not by doing that, though. Yeah, I'm gonna restart. That was very bad actually. But you use these jumps to get boost as fast as possible. And then you try to cram as many of these like small not like real Uber tricks into each jump, and you try also not to hit rocks. See here? Okay, it's fine.
Enjoy it!
I thought. Like normal, I'll just go on with this. Okay, now I have Uber, but I normally would have won it for that jump too.
I'm on a rampage!
I'm improvising now. And so normally I would have an Uber by now. And I get it, Uber, at this point, because there's a big tunnel up here with rocks and shit. Or, well, rocks and stuff. And, like, this is basically just, like, really easy to just ride through and boost through. But since right now I don't have infinite boost, I'm gonna lose it and stuff. So if I want to do that without losing it, I will have to spin like this, keep buttering and such, when I don't have the Super Uber. But when you do have the Super Uber, you are able to go through it a lot faster than you want, just because you can just ride through it all. And the combo isn't... you don't even have to bother with the combo either, if it's executed perfectly. you can just like, well, you can just let the combo run out and get the points. That was bad, actually. You can just let the combo run out and get the points, and then start up a new one when you're through the tunnel really easily. And that's gives you a lot of points. In this, in these backcountries, there isn't a set score that your opponent always gets, but he gets around like a certain certain score. And so the first one, for the backcountry only, he gets around 70k. This one he gets around 150k. And for the last one he gets around 270k, something like that. I've seen that fluctuate a lot actually. Sometimes you get 270k, sometimes 240k. And it's just weird, basically. So that wasn't that fast as it should have been. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, and so now, just as in Peak 1, there is just this rival battle 2 left, and like the last one, this one also goes through your backcountry and down through the slopestyle event track. So I use like this, or like in order to keep my combo going, I tail press like this, because it resets the timer on the combo and I'm gonna hit the wall. That is not how you're supposed to do it. I'm gonna try to show. I shouldn't fail this so badly, like I'm doing. I solemnly swear this won't happen at the marathon. But this game is pretty execution based. Like, it's very execution based actually.
Thank you very much. Shabam!
So I just crank out as many, like, well, I don't know what to call them really, but like small Uber tricks, because they're very fast to do. You can do them very fast, since you just like let go one leg, so that I am able to get super Uber at this part. Normally, you're not supposed to hit the trees there. You're supposed to go earlier, but since I now still got super Uber, I'm able to boost through this part and like go through it very fast, avoiding all rocks and stuff. So this is much faster than last time, and this is how it should go. That is also how it should go, but that's kind of how it gets. And now you just boost through it, like, or well, you just go through it regularly. There's no need to keep doing tricks in the backcountry if you have the boost, since there's a freestyle course coming up and all the multipliers and everything are there in the freestyle course as well, so it's very easy to just get points there, except for the last one, which basically takes you through. What the last one does is it's an all-peak freestyle jam, where you start up at the top of the Peak 3, and you go through each racing track on all peaks, until you're at the bottom of the last one in peak 8.
Oh yeah,
So,
be real.
yeah, trees can mess you up like that if you're not careful, and you can't control while you're in the air. While you're in the air, you can't control yourself, or well, you can't control, like you can't steer your character while it's in the air. So basically, if you're
Can't come near that.
in the air and heading towards the tree, then you're pretty screwed, basically. And I've been playing this game on and offwards for 11 years now. So, and I still hit trees and rocks all the time, so.
Man, this is whack.
Like so. And now I'm behind because he usually gets, well, for the whole peak jams, the score you need to beat is always the same. For this one is 350,000, for the first one is 130,000, and for the last one is 1 million.
Oh, what am I doing?
But these are all scores that are very easy to get, since there are freestyle tracks behind, or well, after as well. As you can see, since I have Uber as well, I have now so much room to get a lot of points, and I can even do it like this if I would want to try to take that.
Yeah, this is my
But now I
time.
failed brutally. Yeah, I can even try to take that, but I don't, since it costs time.
Multiplier.
And so after you finish peak 2 is when you upgrade a few stats.
Simple and effective.
2 times multiplier.
Before that you don't do it because it's not needed for any of these. It doesn't save, and like it takes more time than you save. Or like, I haven't actually tested it, but I'm pretty sure that's what the case. And yeah, it's just not worth it until the final missions. And if already having 300k wasn't enough, I can always get this as well. And now I have close to double what I need. And so that's peak 2.
No effort.
And now we got the peak 3 pass. Since we cleared this freestyle goal, we can now go to peak 3. And once you get to peak 3, it's upgrading stats time. And here you have to be careful not to be too fast to click, or else you'll be thrown out the lobby again. And so I upgrade 4 stats here. I upgrade acceleration, speed, spin, and tricks. So this tricks increase the speed of performing tricks, spin increases the speed of spins and flips, speed increases top speed, and acceleration increases acceleration from slow speeds. Edging isn't really necessary. as is stability and toughness. Toughness is worthless because since you're not facing any other riders. Stability, you're not gonna be doing any like hand plants or such things, so balance isn't really necessary. Edging could be good, but it's not something that you need. So you just upgrade, like get points in these as fast as possible. Like this, exactly like I'm doing right now, because it's faster than just. Well, I'll show you. When upgrading tricks, normally you start up at acceleration, right? So you end up down here, but then instead of going back up, you go down again, like, so you don't have to go over stability and toughness when upgrading. So that saves minimal amount of time, but it's still it's no effort and it's time saved. And so I get 8 in each. This could maybe be trimmed down in order to save time, but I don't think the time saved is by not upgrading them is that important, or like even better. And since you just, yeah, like the time saved in the major, like in the last mission. I don't know if it's locked through mission. Yeah, yeah, you have to finish the other ones unlock. So this last peak is the hardest of them all, of course. Especially this slopestyle area was an event that I had a lot of trouble with when first starting out with this, when I didn't know monster tricks. First time I did a full run, it took me 20 minutes just to finish this bit. But I have since gotten a lot better, and as you can see, I'm doing tricks and everything much faster now than I did before. I actually messed up there. You don't want to get on that rail, I made a mistake. So I'm gonna start over. And this is the first mission where monster tricks really come into play. Since there are a lot of multipliers and a lot of big jumps, you can easily get a lot of monster tricks in just by resetting them or doing that trick. Okay, that is my AMRA crashing, which happens sometimes. It's not good for a run, as I'm sure you can imagine. But it's fine. It works. So.
I got this locked.
Monster tricks are a lot easier to do as well when you have upgraded stats. So you can do them off of when you have max out stats, you can pretty much do them off of every jump, like do multiple monster tricks. So that one cut it in half since I didn't do another trick afterwards. And so for this I will need about 540k. And I've failed like quite a lot of jumps now, but I'm still way on pace to get it. Just because of these multipliers and just because monster tricks give you so much like point combo. I actually messed it up. I should have... Yeah, I messed it up a little, but it's no big deal. So yes, I now let the combo run out. You can see that I am now have enough points required in order to beat this. And so yeah, that's the first round. Second round I will need more points, a lot more actually, like more than 100k, almost 200k more. So it's even more crucial that I don't fall during this one. I say and fail.
2 times multiplier.
Which was unfortunate since I had the started out with the boost as well. So yeah, the route for this mission used to be a lot slower, and it used to also look a lot different. But thanks to monster tricks,
2 times multiplier.
it is now very easy to just move too fast. I usually want one there too, but I botched both times.
Time bonus.
Irresistible!
I kind of wanted to hit the jump, but it's fine. I'm just gonna have to get the other ones.
2 times multiplier.
Since I am a little behind what I usually want to be, and I'm gonna lose my combo because I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna restart this just so you can see how like big a difference master tricks will make. And hopefully I'll be able to go through each mission fluently when time comes. Or like fluidly. Like I usually don't have to restart any of these, but since this is a snowboard game, you're constantly moving. Nothing like no run is like the other, or well, yeah. Accidents happen basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Our run should never be more than an hour and 20 minutes.
2 times multiplier.
If the, well, unless it's someone else's run. None of my runs should ever be
Copy it!
shorter than that.
2 times multiplier.
Okay, I might be hard pressed to get the extra points now that I need. I'm gonna have to land the final trick, which can be tricky at times. And you don't really want to have... well, that is it. Anyway, I'm just gonna give up this one. You don't have to. You don't have to do the events in this particular order, or like this first three. You can do this, start out with this, and do this, and then this, and like do any of these three in whatever order you want for all peaks. But you have to complete all of them before being able to. You can move over here and then here. So I'll show you the big air. This big air can be really finicky, because if you basically have to hit each jump well enough so that you don't have to do another end. As you can see, you need 200k in order to beat this mission. 200k points, which is very possible with monster tricks and stuff. But if things can also go bad sometimes, like so. And now I didn't even get, yeah. So this is an example of a failed run. How badly this can actually go. So if I restart this, what you saw there is that first of all, I missed getting the master trick on that jump, the second jump, or the third. And then I went too far instead of, my distance was too great. And I I have no idea where I'm going right now actually. Sometimes the camera angle is weird. Yeah, I went too far so I couldn't get over to the other platform. But you don't have to actually get up on the other platform in order to get through the event in first place. I know I can see I skipped the other guy. Just because I got so big a score in the first round. You can actually, even if you miss going to the other platform, it's still fine. It doesn't matter which way you take to the final, or well, to the finals line or finish line. You are always able to that should cut. Yeah, that was actually a bit close because I missed the monster trick on the big jump, last jump. But yeah, for this event you actually get platinum.
Bling, 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 bling.
You actually get platinum for this one since the score that you have to get over is 200k, and you get that by doing what I did. And it's such a minimal difference between first and like gold and platinum, or what the player in first place scores and platinum. So platinum medals also count as gold, which is why you can get them in these runs. Which is why, yeah, it's not why it's not a big deal. So I get platinum there. But I guess that should pretty much cover all of it. Yeah, pretty much cover all. Like, I went through what the run looks like basically. If you have any further questions about this, I'll be just like ask, and yeah, I'll be glad to answer. Thanks for considering this game for the run as well, or for the marathon. I'm really glad. Peace.